So first of all, for those brothers and sisters who don't know the definition of a hadith, we always say hadith is the words of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So hadith are the words, it's the sayings of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whatever he said. For example, innamal a'malu bin niyyat, this is a hadith. Saying, actions, that's also. So the hadith has a combination of aqwal, which in Arabic means sayings. So all his sayings, these are part of the hadith. His af'al, his actions, whatever he's done. For example, he sat down and eaten. So basically that will be called a hadith. So any actions is also called a hadith. His seerah, so the Prophet ﷺ way of life, his habits. So whatever habits he had, noble habits, that will be also hadith. So for example, he did salam, he spoke in this way, he sat in this way, he slept in this way. So his seerah, which we study in Shama'il Tirmidhi and all these other kitabs, so seerah is also part of the hadith. Also his ahwal, his halat, his life, whatever he did in life, whether at home, whether in the masjid, whether in a guest house, whether in the battlefield, these are all the ahwal. And his taqreer, this is a very important word, taqreer. Taqreer means that someone was doing something in his presence and he remained silent. So somebody did something or he said something. So this is important. So saying or doing something of a sahabi, because obviously at the time anybody who did something from the companions, so they were the Sahaba Ikram. So if they did something or said something and the Prophet ﷺ remained silent, that's also will be a part of the hadith. That in a gathering, the Prophet ﷺ, he was seated and this certain Sahabi, he ate this certain food. And the Prophet ﷺ didn't say anything. So that will be termed as a hadith, and that will be termed at least that this thing is permissible. Because if it was something wrong, something haram to eat, then he would have surely told that Sahabi off for eating that. Or someone said something and the Prophet ﷺ didn't say anything, that will indicate that this thing what he said was correct or lawful or legal. And if it was something that was wrong, he would have immediately told him off, because he was Sahib Shariat. He was the one who will be able to tell somebody off. He had that authority. So in a nutshell, hadith is the sayings, the actions, the seerah, the ahwal, and the taqreer. 5 things. So I will say it again: sayings, aqwal, af'al, which is actions, seerah, ahwal, and taqreer. So in Arabic, aqwal, af'al, seerah, ahwal, and taqreer. So in English, the sayings, which is the aqwal, actions are the af'al, the things that he did. Seerah is way of life. Ahwal is life events. And his taqreer means keeping silent on someone saying or someone doing something. So this is the definition of a hadith. In a hadith, we have 2 parts. We have the sanad and we have the matan. So we're not going to go in the deep definitions of hadith and the different types of hadith, mutawatir and marfu and khabar wahid. No, we're not going to go into all this. This will be for higher classes. So this is very straightforward. So in a hadith, for example, we have the sanad. Sanad is a chain of narrators. So from the person who's the author, who's writing, for example, Imam Bukhari rahmatullah alayhi, he's narrating a hadith. So from Imam Bukhari rahmatullah alayhi till the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that will be the sanad, the chain of narrators. The chain of narrators, right from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to the writer of the hadith. Okay, so this is called the sanad or the isnad. This is called the sanad or the isnad. And the actual hadith is called the matan. The actual hadith is called the matan. So matan is the text of the hadith narrated from the Prophet ﷺ. For example, an Abi Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu qal. So an Abi Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, that will be the sanad. And the saying, whatever he says after that, that will be called the matan. So basically this is basic things that we need to understand before we commence the hadith.